Being financially disciplined in 2026 is not optional. If you want to tackle this market and be successful, having a good team in place, having good conversations, and making decisions using the information available to you will give you the best chance of success. Welcome to 2026 and welcome back to Protea Weekly. Protea Weekly was something that I started in 2024, where I come on live on a weekly basis and share my thoughts. I stepped away from it in 2025 and focused more internally on my team and how we could better improve. But after seeing a lot of the turmoil in the accounting industry, in the wine industry, and honestly in the world in general, I thought it was time to bring back Protea Weekly in a more digestible format that I could share with you on a weekly basis. I will probably not be going live, though this could occur at times. I will be focusing on important topics that can help business owners in general, but there will be a flavor of wine, as that is our specialty. As it's the start of the year, I did want to bring a topic that focused in on where are we going in 2026. When I'm thinking about the wine industry, what popped in my mind is 2026 is a discipline year. Not a growth at all cost year, not runaway and hide year, but an important year for the wine industry to focus in on what is important, what is adding value to the business, what is attracting and keeping customers, and what are good processes I could put in place to help my winery succeed through what will most certainly be another challenging year. It's important as we start this year to set the tone clearly. We sometimes get blinded by the artistry of wine and forget that we're running a business, and an expensive business like that, a cash flow heavy business. I want wineries to focus this year on discipline. What can we do? What processes can we put in place to ensure that we create a business that can survive 2026 and flourish into the future? There is always a lot of negative out there. Wine sales are down, the younger generation aren't drinking, and the older generation that we've been relying on for a lot of time is drinking less. This is all true, but there are opportunities in the market for those that are willing to take some risks, be creative, and understand who their customer is and why they're buying their wine. Another thing to acknowledge is that the cost of carrying inventory is higher than ever. Even though we've seen some downward pressure on interest, it is still very expensive to hold inventory, especially if you're using a working capital line of credit. Interest does cost money. It does put cash flow pressure on your business, which means we have to make better, smarter decisions around how much inventory we will produce and how much inventory we will hold. On top of all of this, banks are scared. And this isn't really just the wine industry's fault. This is just a couple of failings of banks in the last few years. This means that lenders are expecting clean numbers, have very little wiggle room, and have a lot of pressure on them from their credit teams to make sure that the loans that they have are in a good place. This is where good discipline and good communication come in. When we talk about discipline, we got to talk about it in our decision-making processes, our operational processes, but most importantly in our financial decisions. In 2026, the wineries that perform best will not necessarily be the fastest growing ones, but the ones that are financially disciplined. Having a good accounting team in place that makes sure that you have a good set of clean books that you can make good decisions will be half your battle. Having an accounting partner that does inventory costings when bottlings occur will take away some of the pricing decisions that you have to make, because you'll have good cost information to assess where the price should be and where you can give discounts or free goods. It's important that you have a partner that can give you clear contribution margins, not just by a SKU level, by channel level as well. If you're selling direct to consumer or wholesale, your margins will be significantly different, and knowing the margin by channel will allow you to make better decisions. Knowing what's going on with your cash flow is no longer optional. It should not be a gut decision. Engage with your accounting team to provide you with weekly cash flow forecasts so you understand how much cash you have, how much cash has to go out the door, and how are we collecting money to cover that shortfall. At the moment, the margin for error is gone. Small inaccuracies compound fast, and this will lead to big problems in this market. I'm not trying to scare you, but you need good financial information to make good decisions to give you the best opportunity to be successful. What's more important, once you get that good information, you need to trust the information and might make smart, disciplined decisions based on the information in front of you and put your gut feeling to the side. This doesn't mean you don't have to take any risks, but you do need to be smart about the risks that you're taking. Discipline isn't just about not taking risks. Sometimes it is making smart decisions about where to cut costs. We can sometimes get blinded by quick savings, which could cost us in the long term. Cutting people might not necessarily be the right answer in this market. Rather than maintaining good people that believe in your brand, trust your values, and know where you're going could be one of the biggest wins that you have in this year. Creating a budget and forecasting regularly will give you information to understand where you can spend and where you should be trying to cut back. Having good tools can make this process a lot easier. At Protea Financial, we rely on systems like QuickBooks Online for our general ledger, giving us good, quick, accurate information that's easy to share with our clients. And we've come to rely on Innovent as a winery operating system that allows us to track costs and complete costings on a timely basis. The additional benefit of Innovent gives your winemaking team, as well as the ownership, insight into what wine is on hand and what it costs on a regular basis. Good discipline and communication between your accountant and your winemaking team will mean that you have the best inventory information possible and be able to cost that information really quickly when necessary. Having good estimates on what your wine could cost in the future will also allow you to make early pricing decisions, which will put you in front of the market and allow you to have those conversations with your partners earlier than ever. Good winery decisions starts with knowing your costs and making good disciplined decisions. Being financially disciplined in 2026 is not optional. If you want to tackle this market and be successful, having a good team in place, having good conversations, and making decisions using the information available to you will give you the best chance of success. This market is scary. There are some real pitfalls, but at the same time, there are really good opportunities for those that are willing to be creative and be disciplined. In 2026 will reward clarity, discipline, and follow through. Growth can come later. This year is about discipline, stabilization, and making good decisions today that'll help you be successful in the future. Good discipline will be the secret sauce for wineries in 2026. And all businesses, to be honest. Good discipline, good processes, and trusting your team will put you in a good situation to be successful. We're here to support our clients and provide them with the best information, as well as making sure we're adding value at every corner. We'll continue to provide the best quality service, share our thought leadership, and provide them with blogs and newsletters to add value to their business on a regular basis. 2026 will be an interesting year, but I know that if we support our wineries the way that we always have, we'll give them the best opportunity to be successful. I hope you find the team that will allow you to be disciplined, make good decisions, and be successful in 2026.